人生は毎日が宝探し。Japan, a land of ancient tradition, cutting-edge technology, and a dream destination for many foreigner academics. But behind the cherry blossoms and sushi, what's life really like for professors working here? To answer the question, we interviewed Professor Usre from立命館Asia Pacific University. So now let's dive in.
As you mentioned, I'm Professor Usre. I've been working at APU for around 3 years now, but I am originally from the US. Right, so my current role is a associate professor. Current roles would be in like education, doing lectures, doing seminars, research, doing research in the areas of consumer behavior, consumer psychology, hospitality as well. And then there's various things I do around APU. One of those is AOL. Before AOL, I was also on a few other administrative tasks for MBAs. So like I was on the committee that evaluated the theses of the MBA students. Obviously, being in the classroom, having to prepare notes, prepare slides, prepare assignments, and do all that kind of stuff, while also having to work around absences, participation, AI usage, becoming a large thing, right? Trying to avoid that area. But I mean, yeah, I would say the education aspect of things is the most stressful. But there's also stress in relation to research. But because APU isn't as focused on research, I would say the stress is less in that area and maybe a bit higher in the education area. It's good. I mean, I understand that there are a lot of places in Japan where the work-life balance is an issue. At APU, you pretty much work as you want to. So as long as I'm not in lectures or in seminars, I can be at home, I can be somewhere else, I can be anywhere I want to be. And APU kind of allows us to work on our research on our own time. It depends. If I'm working on research papers that like I really have to get this paper submitted by a certain point in time, then yes, then you may spend all day and all night on that paper. But we don't always have this. So sometimes our papers are either under review or they're being worked on without any time pressure. Then no, then I'll work the regular hours. And early on in my career, in terms of education, I would respond to emails like all day and all night, whereas now, after like 5 p.m., I don't respond to any more emails. I do try to maintain the standard approach, the 9 to 5 approach. But like I mentioned, there are times when I have to do research and I have to work on something. So in that case, then I'll work all day, all night, and so on. I don't think APU provides a lot of support in terms of like stress level. Sure, but I'm not sure what. That's the challenge, because I mentioned like professors are typically asked to work as much as they want to work. So it's not like we're being forced to work. We're only really asked to be in the classroom at specific times and to ensure that we do our research and that we try to publish in papers at least once a year. Because this is a university compared to many Japanese companies who only give their workers 1 week off, you know, we have the same time off you do. So we do have a lot of time off. Granted, we're not spending our holidays just on holiday, where we're doing research. I think a lot of the responsibility is on us. in my opinion, it's pretty equal. I don't see Japanese professors getting any support or any help beyond what foreigners get. Just making sure that I set work times, especially because I work from home a lot. You don't want your whole life to become about work, to become about research, because in the past it has, because I had a lot of stress and pressure to do research, and it's overwhelming at times to focus that much on something. So yeah, the main thing I'm doing is making sure that I take time for myself. I like sports, I like food a lot, so I enjoy going to different restaurants, either in Beppu or in Oita. I enjoy traveling, so I'm often away. After our seminar today, I'm leaving right away, so I'm often away in Fukuoka, Osaka, someplace like that. So yeah, I just try to be out of the house, in shops and restaurants and so on. So yeah. For well-being in Japan, I think it's important that we separate our life and our work. We should work hard, we should do amazing research, we should be wonderful as lecturers and all that stuff. So when it's time to work hard, but after a certain point, relax. You don't have to spend all night, all day on work, every day, every weekend, and so on. So trying to separate your life and your work, I think, is the most important thing.
At the end of the day, well-being is about balance. The stress comes from personal and societal expectations. Work hard, research passionately, but don't forget to enjoy life. To all foreigner professors working in Japan, take a break, enjoy the journey, and remember, your best research happens when you are at your best. If you found this video interesting and hope to know more about lives of professors in Japan, don't forget to check out our other videos where we interview Japanese professors working on only Japan and Japanese professor working on both Japan and foreign country. ほんでます。